What's up, y'all? It's your boy Sean P back again with another edition of HipHop Roundtable Reviews. And today, as I told you last week, I'm going to come back with a few more reviews as the 2024 hip-hop year is starting to heat up now. We're getting some good projects that are coming out. And I actually want to do a top 5 at like the quarter year poll mark, given that we're through the first 3 months of 2024. But before that, I want to talk about a new album that dropped last week by Joyner Lucas named Not Now, I'm Busy. Really, last week, everything was all surrounded around Metro Boomin and Future, and of course, the Kendrick Lamar diss that everybody was talking about. So this album kind of got lost in the shuffle from Joyner Lucas, who Joyner's kind of been a little bit of a, I'm not going to say up and down, but kind of a middle of the road rapper from the 2010s era. You know what I mean? He showed a lot of promise and a lot of skills, but didn't have an album that stood out and set him apart. He's done many notable features with Eminem, of course, that have been notable. Other rappers he's worked with is like Fab and some other people who are notable in the industry, but he really doesn't have a lot of notoriety. He's kind of gotten attention. I know he had a beef with Tory Lanez, which some may say was debatable. He won or lost. But he really hasn't set a mark as being a great MC for this era. So this album, which if I believe is not correct, is either his second album or third, it's kind of like a defining moment for him. You know, it kind of shows like his second album is really the album that sets you apart from album that sets you apart from the rest of the field. You know, your sophomore album, I think his first one was like a mixtape or something like that. But yeah, so we're gonna get into it. Joyner Lucas, Now I'm Not Busy. I'm just checking out his discography real quick, because I think he has, I think his first album, he's got 3 albums, I think. So this is the third one, you know. He put out 2 albums in 2020, but this is his third album. I think the other first ones were mixtapes or so. But nevertheless, he hasn't had a standout feature album yet. So let's get to it. Not Now, I'm Busy. We're going to talk about what I liked, what I didn't like, and we're going to sum it up in the end. So, let me start with a track list. I like how it starts. It starts out with a real smooth, melodic track. Put Me On. Real laid-back vibe to that with the beat. And then it goes right into a real energy-inspired I'm Ill, where he showcases like his skills as an MC. You know, then I gotta say a standout song really is Broski, where it kind of gives you the feel of like a Stan feel, where he takes the persona of an open letter from his best friend, and his best friend talks to him, starting out talking about all the nice things about him, how he loves him, and how he's been in his life and been there for him throughout his life when he was locked up in jail and blah, blah, blah. And then he goes in and flips on the open letter, talking about how much he hates Joyner Lucas. It's a bipolar story about a best friend called Broski. So I think it's phenomenal writing here. This was a great way to flip a narrative as far as a conceptual song. I really like Broski. That's a standout record on this album, and you got to check that out. That's probably one of the best storytelling not storytelling, but like the creativity on that was really, really well done. You really got to check it out because it's like a love-hate relationship between two homies, like really. So then I want to say Fake Promises and When I Need Love, real smooth joints. These are some things talking about relationships and some emotional relationships he's with a woman. You know what I mean? With ladies. So this is like something for the ladies, but it's more of an emo track. You know what I mean? Talking about the ups and downs of relationships with Fake Promises and When I Need Love. And then I got to say, man, maybe the strongest record and the most emotional record is Best for Me with Jelly Roll. That is a fire record. It gives me an early 2010s like emo rap type of feel. Like he really taps into, like he channels into like what Eminem and Joe Buttons used to do when it comes to emo records. And this is a standout record, Best for Me, as far as an emotional track that's kind of dark, and it really has a dope vibe. Like you really get into the story. You know what I mean? It's a dark record, kind of gives me some real NFL, I'm thinking about football. That's cause an alert just came up on my phone for the NFL. But anyway, this is the fire track. This is probably the most standout track on here. Then I had to say I Didn't Go, which features DMX, but I don't know if that's an old or reused DMX verse, but I don't know how he got it, but it worked. Another smooth track. Then I had to say Three Little Pigs, which is another, he was so creative with this, where he took basically a nursery rhyme of Three Little Pigs, nursery story, and he flipped it into, criminals getting chased by the cops. Like the storytelling and creativity of this is fire. Then the energy of 24 Hours to Live, which is, he really shows like, his energy and his lyrical skills on this, really about what he would do, if he had 24 hours to live. And then those are my high points about this. Overall, I really like the production. Every time you thought it was getting kind of slow, he had some energy tracks to pick it up with, like Cut You Off with NBA Youngboy and What's That, because he's got some trap bangers on here to go along with the emo tracks on here. So what I didn't like, the only thing I would say is a little bit too long. Like the last couple of records, Not Now I'm Busy, How Much You Love Me, another emo track, and 17, which actually is getting a lot of play. He could have done without. He could have cut this at probably 13 or 14 records, but I'm not complaining. There are some filler joints on here, but they're not bad. They're not bad records. He has good storytelling. He's got still good concepts on the songs. You know what I mean? So that's really the only thing. So overall, I just gotta say, this is a very well done album. It's a well put together album with lyrics, conceptual songs, creativity, a good mix of, trap and street bang. I want to say street bangers, but trap bangers. Also another one, not a banger, but it was kind of a smooth street joint, was Sticks and Stones with Conway the Machine, which had a nice, East Coast, street vibe feel to it, as another track that's pretty good. And there really weren't too many weak moments, except maybe at the end, Really well put together album. And see, this to me is kind of, even though he's had a couple more albums in his past, this is kind of his coming out party. This really sets a mark as to showing his full bandwidth of skills as an MC, who he's a really good MC. He's a really good lyricist. He's got great flows. The flows on this were excellent, you know. And I got a lot of early 2010s, late 2000s Eminem vibes from this. He's really close with M. He's worked with M a lot. They really work well together. He really channeled in that type of rap. I would say like 2010s Eminem, 2000s Joe Budden with that emo rap feel. And he really took it there, and with some creative songs, creative stories that really kept you drawn in. So what am I going to get? I'm going to go with an 8.5 out of 10. I like it, man. I don't know if it's pole position for album of the year, but it's up there. It's probably going to make my top 5. It got lost in the shuffle last week with Metro Boomin and Future dropping, and also the Kendrick Lamar debate. But this is pretty good. A pretty well done album. This is kind of the album that people who like Joyner Lucas have been looking for. They know he had skills, but his albums were kind of mid. He was always getting into some shenanigans with some silly beefs that people really didn't care about, really. And he did some other things on social media that were kind of, kind of corny, for lack of the better words. But this guy, I like this record, man. Good job, Joyner. You really started to put it all together on this record. So Joyner Lucas, Not Now, I'm Busy, 8.5 out of 10. Check this out. I'm going to try to come back with a quick top 5 at the quarter pole point for 2024 as to see what were the best projects. Don't be surprised. This album might make it. It probably will. And I'll come back with that post probably. I'll try and come back with that post probably in the next couple of days or so. But anyway, y'all enjoy your Friday. Joyner Lucas, Not Now, I'm Not Busy, or Not Now, I'm Busy. 8.5 out of 10, okay? Peace.